Sarah, the Prime Minister has accepted the response in the aftermath. She says it wasn't good enough, so she's taking a bit of responsibility there. We know there's also been services held by the local community there today. What have they been saying?
Well, there's still, of course, a lot of grief, a lot of emotion here. Services, as you said, have been taking place to remember those who were affected by the Grenfell Tower tragedy. And you can just see here messages that are being left in this church. We're just at the foot of the tower. This is one of the churches that have really been the forefront of the community, organising help, relief for those that have been affected, and people just coming along all the time to leave those messages, to light candles. Of course, the Prime Minister has come in for criticism for the lack of response in the immediate aftermath. She met with some residents yesterday, and on the back of that admitted that the response hadn't been good enough and pledged that there would be more support on the ground. Well, we've been speaking to people today, both those who are still looking for loved ones that are missing and some of the community volunteers to find out whether they feel that the response was good enough and whether they've seen any of that in action on the ground today.
I actually wonder if she was even watching the television, because when she committed to giving £5 million in aid to the effort and also food and clothing, did she not realise that for the last 3 days food and clothing have been coming in from a local community? I mean, that was already here. So why put a statement out saying we'll provide food and clothing? It's here. It's been done. So why start saying you're going to offer it? £5 million, yes, it's going to go a long way to help rebuilding lives, but those lives have got to be relocated within their community, not in Newcastle and Cardiff, which is what's being offered. They've got to come up with housing in this area for people and keep the community together. These people need to grieve together, not to be scattered to the four corners of the country.
Nobody's got anything. They don't have any money. People have lost their ID. People are walking about. They're staying in bed and breakfast. They don't have any food to eat. Where are all the people from the government? Why haven't they been down here? It's just the volunteers doing all this stuff. Where is all the support? There's nothing going on here. They're not doing nothing at all. Theresa May is sitting there in her home, all fine and happy, while people here are suffering still. All the logistics is just a mess. There's nothing set up. The communication with the council, the government, there's nothing happening at all. People want answers.